Everything is for the good. Hey guys, just wanted to do a clip here on everything is for the good. Even when we don't want something, because there is no bad or good. It's whether we want it or not in our lives, and it is always for the good, because even what's not for the good is for the good. So, and the book talks about that too. Um, so, beings that we do go through the life experiences, and I've talked about this in other videos, we all, of course, have our own agreements that we come in to experience, things that we set up before we come in that we want to experience. And so when we are at least expecting it or have the experience that we're expecting, maybe we've forgotten about it from a past life and it's coming in, around and occurring in this lifetime where we are, the experiences that we set up are for the good, because whenever there's experiences in our lives that happen, whether we want them or not that they're good or bad, and as whether it's happening at the time we want it to or not, it's always for the good. There's always a good thing that comes of it, because it perpetuates change and evolution, for us to see growth in our soul and who we truly are, so we can have different perspectives and seeing, from different ways and views. So when we're seeing from different perspectives, we're allowing growth and evolution to happen. So change perpetuates change and flow and evolution, whereas being stagnant and having things as status quo does nothing for you. It's the experiencing of the present moment, but however, nothing ever stays the same. So change perpetuates growth and evolution in our awareness and our consciousness, and who we are from where we're not now. So that helps us to grow. And so whether we want it or not, everything is for the good. And so the experiences brings new things, new evolution, new change. Could be a place that you're living, could be a relationship, could be a career, could be whatever it is. But when we let go of the attachment to this is negative, this is bad, this is not helpful, why now? And it's good to go through those questions of this, so we can get the answers to that, because if we don't question, we don't receive the answers, and we don't receive what we need from that experience. So we do want to question. However, if it's experience that we are going through, again, it's not that it's bad or good, because there isn't any. It's just what's happening and what's meant to happen for you. So all things that are happening are for the good. And that's what we want to take out of every situation. What is the good in this, right? Not what the bad is. We know what the bad is because it happened. And so whatever has happened is for a reason. So what is the good that I can get out of this situation? It's not always about what is happening that you're not getting, it's not about the situation itself, like how it evolved, because that's forever changing, right? So it's what we can get out of the situation that happened, why. Because when we look back in hindsight, you can be appreciative of where you are now, of what happened then, and whatever situation arose to bring you to this point in the present moment of your life, right? And a lot of times we may not know into a future time, about that, and it's not time for you or ready for you to know about it, but eventually you will, and it's like, okay, now I understand that, right? And I've had a lot of those aha moments through my awakening. Okay, now I understand why this happened at this point and why this was set up. I, as my person Laura, didn't know I'd be going through the experience, but my soul did. And so my soul brings you and navigates you to it, which is the divine connection of source, right? So there's more that's going on beyond your human self and form that you think you are. And it's stepping out of the concept of the human person and self, because there's more to you than just this physical form. And this allows you to be present with yourself and divine connection with your source and soul in your life. Because if you're not if you're negating, your soul or your higher self or source consciousness within you, you're negating the purpose of life and who you are and the experience and why you're here to have experiences. And you may not know or understand at the moment, but in hindsight, you will. It'll come together, it'll make sense, and it'll be like you'll be able to be in a moment of aha, awareness. And thank God I had that experience. But we forget that sometimes those things are going to happen, and that happens because if you knew a bad thing was going to, if there a thing that you didn't want, I don't want to say bad, a thing that you didn't want in your life to happen, would you go ahead and do it? No. Right? And so that's why there's these veils and these illusions. We don't know about it until it happens. So because then we won't, be able to have that, or we won't be willing to go through it, and we can change our minds. Now, there are ways that you can be conscious of it, and so aware of it, but you would have to have done the work to connect to yourself and your soul and have that awareness. But when certain things come up, or we're negating our intuition or our guidance, things like that, or the veil is there, there's reasons that they're there. Because a lot of times people wouldn't be willing to go through the experience if they knew about it. Having come in, they may change their mind or not go through it. And so they wouldn't have that evolution and flow to that experience to have it and to go through it so they can get the good stuff out of it, right? But again, everything happens for a reason. There's nothing that doesn't not happen for a reason. And whether it's we make the choice to go through it for ourselves before we come in and we plant that seed, if it's been from before, it's coming back up, or we agreed with somebody to help bring about the experience together, because we're all players in the play, and nobody's the bad person or the good person. We're just the players in the play, right? Sort of say. So with that, we have the experiences, and so sometimes we have the veil that comes up, so we can't see that, from that perspective. And so, with that, we want to kind of look at it from that perspective. So whenever we're in that space awareness, just try to be present, what's happening, where you are, what's going on. All right. And so I don't know if that's helpful. Hopefully that's been helpful. If you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, just reach out and we can book a session. Drop any questions or comments below. Just be mindful in how you're posting. They do have, things where if it's not appropriate, it won't be posted. Alrighty, so thank you. Have a great day.